Hi everyone, my name is Katie Phillips. I am one of the co-presidents for Diverse OT here at UWM. So we're one of the student organizations on campus. So before I get started in telling you a little bit more about Diverse OT, I just want to say that I hope orientation is going well, and to say that you all should be really proud of yourselves for being here today. It's a really exciting time and we're really looking forward to meeting you all one day, probably virtually at first, but then eventually in person. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about our mission and vision, and then my co-president Carissa is going to talk a little bit more about the opportunities that will be available for you all this fall. So Diverse OT UWM is a chapter that's part of a national organization that was originally started at UW-Madison, and now there are chapters at Boston University, as well as here and at UW-Madison, obviously. So Diverse OT is also a registered nonprofit organization, so they're looking to extend the organization to other universities as well, which is really exciting. So we started the chapter this February, and there's been a ton of excitement, and we're really hoping to keep that energy moving forward as your cohort eventually takes over our executive board positions. So there's two main aspects of our mission. So the first aspect is looking to advance the cultural climate within OT programs by providing opportunities for education and discussion on equity and inclusion. So we would do that through things like events and guest speakers, and virtually through webinars and things like that. Our second aim is creating pathways for underrepresented students into OT programs, which we would then hope could then foster a strong community of OT students who are knowledgeable about the experiences of underrepresented students and are equipped to address health inequities. So this fall, we are going to be doing everything completely virtually. However, we are really hoping to stay as active as possible. So we'll be doing virtual meetings once a month, and we'll also be holding elections for our executive board already this October. So the reason that we'd like to do that is we want to make sure that your cohort can take over our leadership positions, and then we can help support the people in those roles before we go off to field work in February. So I'm going to now let Carissa talk a little bit more about what our fall opportunities are going to look like.
Hi everyone, my name is Carissa Kolbeck and I'm the other co-president of Diverse OT, as Katie mentioned. So I'll just be going over some of the fall opportunities that Diverse OT will be providing. So to develop and support the recruitment of underrepresented groups, we've already begun to have FAQ sessions throughout the summer. We're also developing graduate school application training modules, and we'll be having an OT application night, which we're very excited about, just to kind of help students who are applying to OT school through the whole process, just because we know it can be very daunting. And they were also organizing a mentorship program between first year and second year students, just so they can ask questions, get another person's perspective on the whole OT school experience, and then also promote OT and other health related careers with undergraduate students is another thing we are doing. And then we are also seeking out guest speakers as well as webinar topics that provide in-depth education on the intersection of health and historically marginalized populations. We are excited to announce that we do have a guest speaker for this September. And then we are also advocating for and integrating equity, anti-racism, and anti-discriminatory policies, as well as cultural responsiveness into the UWM student experience. And one way we're doing this is by continuously collecting student concerns and providing them to faculty and staff to kind of guide best practices in supporting students. And then we're also planning and implementing outreach activities with community organizations, which we hope to do not only virtually, but eventually in person as well. So how to get involved is first come to our meeting in September, which we will be providing a date on that soon. And then we also have more information to contact us on the next slide. You can either reach out to Katie or I, or our advisor, Tamika Gelting. So thank you so much for listening, and we hope your first week of OT school goes well. Thanks, everyone.